Welcome to Victorious Living. Are you ready to unlock your full potential and experience the abundant life God has planned for you? We all face challenges, but on Victorious Living, we will equip you with practical tools and inspiring stories to help you live a life of victory. Let's prepare ourselves to learn something new today. Before we jump in, let's spread the victory. Share this video with someone who needs a fresh perspective. You were created for greatness. Let's dive in and discover how to live a life of victory.
So how do you communicate with your family? Because when you're at job, how do you balance between stressful job and your family? And how much time are you giving to your children? Do you give them a lot of children time to your baby?
Oof. I probably don't give my family as much time as they deserve. And that's circumstantial because of the stage of my career in life. Before I was a little more equal. Right now it's a little less equal. I don't view it though as being a 50-50 balance because my career isn't a 50-50 balance all the time. So I look at it as a very dynamic balance. If you imagine the yin-yang circle from
Yes.
Tao, and then you see the S in the middle between the yin and the yang. I am floating somewhere in between those lines, depending on the given circumstances. So sometimes my family gets 90% attention and the job gets 10, and then sometimes the job gets 10 and then they get 90. And then what I try to do is I just try to equal those a little bit.
So did you ever have an encounter with God?
The kingdom of heaven is within.
Mm-hmm.
It is not without. It is within. And if you slow things down, you can eventually have an experience where you see that you are a spirit that is a part of God, and that this physical reality is, again, because words are hard, for a lack of a better word, is an illusion. As real as it feels, because it is real, it is actually illusory. And I was fortunate enough to slow down enough and then have a couple of experiences where I was able to witness what my physical self was doing while it was doing it, and that let me know that there is clearly something more going on than our five senses perceive. And if we use almost any nation, people's scriptures from whatever time, they all say this. And you can have those direct experiences of knowing by searching for the kingdom within.
Wow, that is wonderful, dealing with people.
Sure.
Because I'm a leader, I have to deal with people all the time, so I'm trying to listen. Just not on my mind, but I want to hear God or still small voice inside of me,
Yes.
and then process through my brain and put some wisdom to it and present it to people. So
Okay.
how do you do that when you're communicating, when you're directing, or you are talking to your wife, and how do you have that still small voice?
Yeah, I've never lost it. I've always had what you would call if I understand you correctly, the soft, still voice. I have taken, I have worked on growing that voice. And then what I do is I use it, because generally things come through as a feeling, and then I go, okay, what am I feeling? And then I go, how am I going to do what I think I'm feeling that's correct? Because if I'm feeling joyous love type emotions, then I want to continue in that path. And if I'm feeling any kind of fear related feelings, I want to stop and examine and make sure that things are, you figure out why I'm feeling that, or what's going on in the environment that's creating that, and then I want to stop it. And then once I've been able to decide what that is, then I can take action. So one of the things I do that's still really rather difficult is when I feel an intense emotion and I want to take action, I stop and I take no action as best I can.
Well,
Because,
that's a good point.
Sometimes you can maybe overdo it or not do the right thing, or you need to blend a little bit of reasoning and logic to make sure that you don't make a wrong decision because you've interpreted something incorrectly.
You look amazingly peaceful, so I'm sure that you're peaceful all the time. But
No, not at all.
no.
No.
So do you have challenges when dealing with people you're really
Yeah, my daughter
angry?
this morning, just hours ago.
So what do you do? How do you handle your pressure or pressure of emotion or anger or irritation?
I stop and I sit still and I look for the space in between the thoughts and my breath until the emotion settles out, and then I can re-engage my brain and think about it.
Wow, that is wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I believe that many people who are hearing, they would pause before they burst. And I think having wisdom to deal with people is very important, because what we say, we cannot take it back. So I think as a leader, that's very important. I have lost a lot of people back then when I started everything. I was young and I wanted to get things done immediately. Lack of patience, and then I lost people, good people who could have been an asset to me. So I totally understand why I was so impressed when I was talking to you. I felt the wealth of wisdom coming from you.
Ooh.
So I saw you in this chair, me asking you questions. So I felt like maybe it's a divine appointment, because you were not supposed to be on duty that day when I was visiting.
No, that is incorrect.
You were supposed to be there?
I'm pretty sure that was my regular duty day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was not supposed to visit
Yes.
that day. Sorry.
You got lucky by divine
Yes.
providence.
Yes,
Because
I was not
were on
supposed
the
to.
yeah you were looking for the B platoon guys, and you
Yes.
came on the A platoon.
Yes, I was not scheduled that day, and I went, and I think it was a divine appointment, and I felt that you're an amazing leader.
Thank you.
Very little time that I spent talking to you, and I felt that. So that's where I felt that many people who are dealing with people and dealing with people under pressure. I think they would benefit from the conversation, listening
so.
to you. And there is one thing, I'm part of the peer pressure. So what do you, not keeping the department in view, like we'll keep the department separate, but this question is in general for anybody and everybody who was going through suicidal thoughts, or going through depression, or going through wanting to quit a good thing that they are doing. What would you suggest them?
When you're having negative emotions and you are not full of love and joy, then something has happened in your life where you have miscreated, and now you are feeling the repercussions of your miscreation. And the absolutely fantastic opportunity that you have to identify it and change it can be done. But it's never easy, and it's always uncomfortable, because had you made the right decision the first time, you wouldn't feel that way. And trying to go back to make correct decisions after doing bad decisions is much harder to fix than doing it right the first time. Just like in anything in the physical world, where if you create a bad habit, it's very hard to undo all the physical repercussions of the bad habit and then get back on track to rebuild, because now you're behind. You're kind of in the same thing emotionally. So then you have to go through much more of an emotional and psychological change, which will be perceived as more painful than this physical reality.
That is very correct. But suppose the person who's watching us and has already made mistakes, what would you suggest them? They're far away from what they were supposed to do.
First thing is actually acknowledge it. Be okay with it. Acknowledge it. Say, hey, this is how I feel, and be okay with it. Like, okay, I did this. This is how I feel, and this is the way that it is. And be accepting of that. And eventually, through that process, you work back and forgive yourself and forget about the mistake. And you have to let it go. Now, that'll be different for each person, and I don't necessarily know how they'll be able to do that for each individual, but if you can keep in mind that in the now, present moment, none of that past actually matters. Nobody knows that you made the mistake. Nobody actually knows that you're feeling this way, and most people really aren't even paying attention to you. And in the moment of now, you're the one that's making the past stay in the moment of now, because the past is over and done with. It's gone. So you have the power to create in this moment. So if you've done some sort of miscreation in the past, you now have the present moment to forgive yourself, forget about it, drop it, and create correctly in the now.
Wonderful. Forgive yourself and forget about it. It's very difficult for human beings.
Oh, it's brutal. I don't even think I do it very well.
Forgiveness is not very easy, and
No.
we really need divine direction and grace of God to sometime do it, because I've been in a situation where I was rightfully wrong. I didn't do that, and I didn't deserve it, but then I had to forgive. So only when I forgave, only when I moved on, that's where I could change my life.
That's right.
And I'm a suicide survivor.
Oh, okay.
So I was 20 years old when I jumped into a well. I was rescued. So after that, I realized that I'm not going to die, might as well live. So I came to a place, a few years later, came to the same place where I again found myself not wanting to live, because I lost in business and I lost in a relationship that I had, and I said it's worthless living. And that is the time where I sought God, and I found my purpose, that all the while I was just living for myself. And when that changed, everything changed after that. And I was financially restored and physically restored. I had a lot of sickness because of unforgiveness. And because of the mistakes that I made, just like exactly you said, that acknowledge and change it. So acknowledging the wrong turns was so difficult, and forgiving myself was difficult. So would you like to talk to our audience something that is in your heart, especially for the leaders who are out there leading people?
Always keep in mind, you are a creator, and you can create the environment that you want. And if you're not getting what you want, and you don't have the environment that you want as a leader, then you need to look inside yourself and find out where you're miscreating and what needs to be changed inside of you to get what you want externally.
Well, I loved it. I believe that the DNA of the Creator is inside of us.
It is.
And I loved it, what you said.
We were created in our Creator's image.
And as a leader, we are the creator of the atmosphere that we work in.
And I think that's largely what our purpose here is to learn to be good creators like the Father.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for watching us, and thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you for sharing the videos with us. And we thank you so much that we are getting your love, and we see all the comments. And last week we hit 50,000 views, and it's totally organic, and we didn't even promote the channel. And so grateful for you to be able to listen to us and share with others. And I wish you all the best, and until I see you again, stay encouraged. Don't stop doing good, because you are designed to live victorious, and it starts with you. God bless you. Until I see you again, stay encouraged.
Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you were blessed by this message. Let's use this encouragement to spread hope and light not only in our own lives, but also in our families and communities. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment and let us know how God is working in your lives. Stay victorious and be blessed.